Do you dream to retire before your parents or see minor children under your care retire as millionaires? Then, folks, you are in the right place. Assalamu alaikum and peace be upon you. Welcome to the Muslim Women Invest podcast. I am your host, Dr. Miral Azam Khalil. For the greater part of the past decade, I have invested in the US stock market, US farmland, and real estate, put over 100 families towards creating generational wealth through minor investing. In this podcast, we talk all things money and empower Muslim women to take steps towards financial freedom through busting myths and small, bite sized, actionable steps. So let's begin, starting with the dua of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, our Prophet Moses. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are gonna start the session for today, which is consultant, which is financial consultation pathway. Today, I'm gonna take you through a really beautiful step that I have created, or a system rather, that I have created for my clients. Being investing for more than a decade, it has worked seamlessly for many people. This is to provide you a pathway that you can honestly replicate for yourself. Be ready to take screenshots, to take notes, and let's just begin. Uh, my name is Dr. Miral Azam Khalil, and I am going to be your teacher for today. Um, the disclaimer, as usual, is all information is for educational purposes only. No client relationship is assumed, and no tax advice is given. Intention and istiyada. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. My intentions are always rooted in the teachings of Surah Al-Asr, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that people who are patient and guide other people to patience and guide other people to the right thing are the only ones who are successful. Everybody else is in loss. Let's begin with Hazrat Musa's dua, one of my favorites. Rabbi Shahri Sadri wa Yassirli Amri Wahlul Uqdata min Lisani Yafqahu Qawli. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that whatever is beneficial, you keep it in your heart, and whatever is not beneficial doesn't affect you. There is no harm from me to you, only benefit. Ameen. Mindset is everything. The first thing I tell you, and I want you to believe in, is that you're made for more. You do not need to believe me. You need to believe your creator. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created human beings in the highest fashion. Your name is in Jannatul Firdaus. You are the creation that Allah loves and is proud. He proudly, showcased us to his angels. Um, he announced making us in the heavens. And so keep this in mind when you next time you look in the mirror. You are the highest creation of Allah, and it doesn't matter whoever says anything else. And we create magic when we have two-way conversation. So it's very easy in today's world to become an echo chamber. This is why I encourage all of you to come to the live class, ask questions, reply to our surveys, give us feedback, because I cannot create magic, or I cannot create transformations for you if you guys do not participate. So I expect you guys to enthusiastically participate and show up for yourself, guys. um, have the self-respect and the discipline to show up for yourself, and we can all carve 20 minutes for ourselves. If you are gonna get wealthier, excuse me, if you're creating a wealthier future for your kids, and this helps, it's the best investment you can do. So my framework for your financial success, I divide it into three parts. Whenever somebody comes to me for a consultation, I ask them three questions. I have a very simple questionnaire that I send out to potential clients when they pay for my one-on-one service. And the questions are broken down into three parts. The first part is financial goals. What is your financial goals? Number two is, what is, if you do you have an emergency fund in place. And number three is cash flow. And we're going to break this down into 3 steps. So it's really simple. You come to me for a consultation. It's a paid consultation because I have explained to you guys in depth that anything that you take off the internet or that is free advice, the person you're taking advice from does not know your financial situation. So you are going to hurt yourself um, by taking free financial advice. You can take financial advice on how to do things like how to paint a wall or stuff that does not make making a mistake will not cost you a lot. But if you invest based on free advice just because you don't want to pay for an investment will hurt you because the person doesn't know your circumstances. So the first thing I ask somebody is that what are your financial goals? It's important for me to know, why did this person come to me? What do they have in mind? Are they looking to invest for long-term investment? Are they looking to invest for a short-term investment goal? What do they have in mind? The second thing I ask people is, do they have an emergency fund? A lot of us, because we have a deficiency or a deficit in financial literacy, we do not know what is emergency fund. And I break it down into simple steps. It's really simple. Calculate your mortgage and your major bills. I want you to include your cell phone bill because cell phone is a necessity, your car payments, your Wi-Fi, your electricity and water bill. There are two separate bills in the state of Maryland at least, and your mortgage, your weekly groceries, and if there's any other major expense, calculate that for 1 month and multiply it for 6. That is the emergency fund. You need to have 6 months of this um, running cash flow in your bank account before you can begin investing. Now, if you do not have an emergency fund, can you start investing? The answer is yes, but you need to focus more on the emergency fund and less on investing. They can be done side by side, but you will not be able to invest a lot of money towards your financial goal before you have an emergency fund. This is common sense. Anybody who is qualified or has your best interest or has been investing for a long time will tell you that you can absolutely not have uh, an emergency fund. You need to have an emergency fund, which is again 6 months of major bills in a bank, because we cannot, as Muslims, invest in a savings account. They need to be parked somewhere in a checkings account. Um, and cash flow. What is your cash flow? So you need to understand what money is coming in and what money is going out. So you need to basically create a budget. When I send the questionnaire out to my clients, I have a simple calculator in which they can simply put how much money approximately it's coming in and how much money is approximately is coming out. If you are not the main person who handles the bills, your partner, your spouse, your parent, whoever is doing this will know the, a sum. They will know a number. So I need a number because we cannot put money towards your financial goal until we have an emergency fund, and we cannot do anything financial goal or an emergency fund until I know what is the cash flow that we're dealing with. So like a ballpark number, an estimate of what you make. Financial planning, I divided into 4 parts. Once the person gives me the answer to these three questions in the questionnaire, I then collect that information and I create a financial plan using these 4 pillars. This is a really simple, important step. The first thing and these are the questions you're going to answer. So I'm not going to guess anything. You will answer these questions and then I will see what kind of investment suits you and will make you reach your financial goals, keeping in mind your risk tolerance. A lot of people do not make a lot of money, or even if they do make a lot of money, they are not ready to take financial risks. So aggressive portfolios are not for them. They need to invest in safer places, and there are aggressive portfolios which is investing in individual stocks, and there are safer market well-known investment strategies like real estate and gold, farmlands, index funds. So you need to know what the person's tolerance risk is, and this is again when you take advice from the internet, the person, you have not paid the person, they don't know what your financial tolerance or risk tolerance is. They are speaking from their experience that might not be applicable to you. Then I plan to pay off your debt. Whenever a client comes to me, I tell them that you can pay off your debt with your investments, because a lot of financial advisors tell people, especially people who follow Dave Ramsey, including my own husband, that you should be debt free. That is not the ideal situation, neither is it required. Let me explain to you how. When you have money coming in from anywhere, from your business, from a W-2, from being a self-employed or a contractor, whatever source that is, you can take that money, build an emergency fund, invest, and then pay off your debts from the return on investment. So instead of putting your money towards um, paying debts, you can invest the money and pay from the return you're getting. So that means that the money that you're investing stays in place, and the extra money that is growing out of your investment is used to pay the debt. Many people use their money to pay debt, and then they have nothing left to invest, and this is why the vicious cycle of poverty and generational mediocrity stays in place, because we never think about keeping our money in an investment where money can come back to us and we can pay our debts. So this is the way rich people get richer, because they do not they're always investing, and they're not paying debts with their cash flows. They are paying debts with the money that is a return from their cash flow. There's a very huge difference between them. If they were to start putting their own money towards the debts that they have, they would not accumulate the wealth for themselves and their kids. Number three, creating a budget. It's important for me, and I say it up front. Nothing comes without discipline. We tell this to our kids, but when an adult comes to us as an adult and tells us that, listen, nothing is going to work overnight, you need discipline, we run away. We're like, this person does not have the solution for us. In fact, I the teachers that I have, people who tell me that there's a quick solution to my issues, that I know, I'm 36, that there is no quick solution to anything that is worthy of achieving, I run away from them, because that's a marketing gimmick. Um, so basically, I need to create a budget for this client. The budget will simply tell them that this is the amount of money. It could be $50, $100, whatever. They need to discipline themselves that this amount of money that we have agreed between us, that is surplus extra, needs to go towards their emergency fund or an investment. And so I'll show you how I do it, but I also tell the client, I'm very honest about it, that we are going to discipline our spending. And what is the amount you're willing to invest regularly? That's a very simple question. I don't mind if you want to invest $1, $10, $100, $1,000. I have clients who invest $10,000, $5,000. I have somebody who paid me to teach her teenager and started with $50. He's a young grown man now out of college, and he's now investing $500. So your situation can change. But remember, he did not wait to reach the $500 mark. He started investing when he was mowing lawns and making, I guess, $50 to $200 a month. He started investing then. This is called financial literacy. And I spoke to him how his money is going to grow if he consistently puts something, instead of thinking that one day I will make thousands of dollars and I will invest. This is not the mentality you need. You need the mentality of putting in some money. It could be $10 and $50. And I'm insisting on this because a lot of people come to me and tell me we don't have any money. I promise you, you will find $10, $50, 10, 20, $30 lying around doing nothing. I think most people can spare this amount. If children can spare this amount doing a side hustle, we as adults can also discipline ourselves to put that kind of money besides and to invest. So simply, let's review the process. I ask a simple questionnaire to assess your financial situation. I create a financial plan that works for you. Remember, your circumstances are different from mine. Mine are different from The next persons are different from the next person. So we need this questionnaire. I need information from you to create a financial plan that is going to work for you long term and short term. I have to see both, because sometimes clients come to me and they're like, Miral, I have a wedding and I want to buy a house. So there are two different plans. She doesn't want to buy a house now, but the wedding is in 7 months. So we need to put money aside for a wedding. And then we also need to play the long game. And I also need to see, okay, so in this amount of time you're going to get a house. So this kind of financial planning needs honest communication and a two-way street, where you tell me the long-term goal and the short-term goal, and I will create a plan that is going to feed into both of your goals. But they are not going to be at the same time, because one is going to be immediate and one is going to have, we're going to spend time, building up that money to get to the other long-term goal. And then explain to you how the plan works for you. So that, and then after I've created a financial plan for you guys or my clients, then we come together. I spend 90 to 120 minutes, which is close to 2 hours, explaining the financial plan to them. And then I also educate them about more investing opportunities that are available to me. And I know them because they're available through my network that I have curated over years of trying to build relationships with people who have access to these opportunities, who are multi 7, 8 figure women. They're not available to me. I'm not a multi 7, 8 figure woman, but there are groups. You have to curate these friendships and they will share opportunities with you. So creating a culture of community and relationships will always pay off, where you are ready to learn from someone and you are available to assist them as well. You should be um, available to create a community around you. And one of the things that I emailed you guys about, and I will say this on camera, on record, you will most definitely not climb the ladder if you do not upgrade your friends, if you do not upgrade your education, if you do not try. There's going to be no progress. It's common sense, and it is universally, we tell this to our kids all the time, there will be no progress if we do not put any effort. So if you want to see any progress in any areas of your life, you have to go through, you have to work towards it. It's going to be hard, it's going to take discipline, honestly, and that's only when you're going to upgrade yourself. We're so scared that our children are going to fall into bad company, but the Prophet ﷺ said, you will be amongst the people you hung out with. So just be very careful. The tribe that you have around you, the friends that you have around you, or the family that you surround yourself with is dictating your financial condition. So the decisions you made based on the opinion or your circle 3 or 5 years ago, you are living in them right now. You're living in a decision you made 3 to 5 years ago. So please, this is a thought that you must, I think it needs to be said again and again. So you evaluate that, are people around you, are they trying to upgrade, or are they wasting their time? They're not making any effort. So please, and so the reason why I tell this to you is that you can be that vehicle of change. When I started investing, I'm a physician, nobody around me was investing. People were even discouraging me. They were like, this is not our field. So I told them that I don't understand, why is it a crime to read a book or to do a course or to consult with somebody? Why can I not learn something that I have not studied? How is this a crime? How is this a crime if I want to better myself in something that I am interested in, that is going to have a long-term impact? If I had listened to the people around me, um, 10 years ago, I would not be in this position. I would be in the same position, stuck as them, not have an open, broad mind, and I would not honestly appreciate find the financial opportunity available to us. All the women that are in business trying to, there's like now help available everywhere. So you have to elevate, and for when you elevate, understand that it has a ripple effect. Your kids are going to elevate, your spouse is going to elevate, people around are either going to elevate or they're going to go away, and it's better for you. You're going to find a new group of people who are going to be more supportive. So this is the mentality, this is the mindset that you need to create a richer future. it starts with you. There's no blame game. My parents came, I literally came from a middle class family where my parents could hardly pay the private tuition. I came from Pakistan. There was no extracurricular activities. My parents never made the money, or they never had the opportunity we have here. And I had to go through a lot of struggle to get to where I am, but I chose the struggle. I wanted more, and so I chose the struggle, and I'm just offering the same perspective to you. With hard work and with um, evaluating where you are, you can make the difference. And I promise you, it's a mindset shift. You have to think of yourself as, I can do this. It's going to take time, but it's going to be worth it. So how does it work for you or for my clients? Simply automation. Self-discipline is a very difficult thing to tackle with in the 90 minutes that I have with my clients. So what I do is, for people, I automate their investing. So every month, if me and a client, or a client tells me, I am very comfortable investing 10, 20, 30, 50,000, $5,000 in an account that we've discussed, I will automate that investing. What that means for them is, they do not have to go back every single month and think, oh God, I'm not going to invest this month, I have bills to pay. The It comes out automatically. It doesn't give them a choice, and so it's a no-brainer. They don't have to put in any effort. They already know that their investing is squared away. It's simply like putting your bill on auto pay. We put your investing on auto pay. And then I offered them a 3 discounted sessions for 50% off for the next 90 days. Because what happens is that every time I worked with somebody, they will come back to work with me again. It's usually another issue that they want to discuss. And so I offered them a 50%, I offered them 50% off sessions. That is just, I feel, ethical to that's how I run my business. And they come to me. I've always have 100% retention rate, because once they see the benefit, they will come back and ask. So one of my clients came back and asked me to teach her teenager, and he had a separate situation. He wanted a separate account from his parents. One of my clients wanted me to teach her husband. He had a completely separate situation with the 401k and a business and everything. A lot of people come back to me for more business opportunities. There are people who are ready now. Once they see the benefit of investing, they will come back and they will ask me, I've tried to invest in gold. Do you have any opportunities, or do you think what is the best? And so we take that hour in the next session, and we discuss other opportunities as well, because they've taken the first step and they know the benefits. So this is why I really want to offer you the 50% discounted sessions, because I know they're helpful and they are really appreciated by my current clients. Also, for the 90 days after our consultation, I offer my clients 3 different investment opportunities. So every month, I have different business groups that I've joined. They float, and these are women who are literally 6, 7, 8 figure business owners, and they have a really different group of people that they are mingling with. So they have opportunities available to them which normal people do not have available to them. These business groups, or these cohorts, as they say, costs thousands of dollars to be a part of. These are groups where people are paying thousands of dollars a year, not every month, to be a part of them, so that they can network and they can find opportunities. I'm a part of them because, I mean, I find investing opportunities, I find that it's worth to be a part of these groups. And then I bring the investments that I feel that are ideal for my audience, and I will share them with my clients. 3 investments for the next 3 months, and these are investments that I have personally invested in. So you don't have to go and look for investments and wonder, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this company legit? What if they go bankrupt? Because I've done all the heavy lifting for you. Obviously, I don't want to lose money myself. So if I am investing in a particular project, I will bring it to your attention, and then you have the choice to invest in it or not, or wait for another opportunity. So I think this is really worth mentioning, that When I began, I had none of this. I found out the hard way that this is possible. I thought that only men shared this information. There are no women groups, but it's becoming more and more common. And because it's common and it's available, why not share it with a lot more people who might have the means to invest but just don't have the information? And then I come in there. So, is it for you? I tell people that this is service for anyone who is serious about investing and is willing to begin. I cannot do anything for anyone if they are not willing. If you take one step, I will take 10 steps. This is how my consultations have always worked, but you have to commit to your own progress. It's the same way. No matter how much you teach your child or your spouse, until and unless they do not want to change, you cannot help them. You can spend thousands of dollars in therapy, thousands of dollars trying to amend things, but nothing is going to change if they do not have the desire to change within. So it begins with you. uh, it begins with you. You have to realize, do I want this life for my kids forever, or am I going to be the one who's going to, do some hard work, discipline myself, and be a role model for my kids, or the kids around me, or the women around me? And you can begin as little as $1. When I started, there were no fractional shares. So a fractional share is where you can buy a share of a company for as little as $1. Fractional meaning, if Costco's share is $570 per share of a Costco, the Costco company, you can buy it for $1, but that's going to be 1/500 part of that share, which is called fractional shares. So if we have fractional shares now, there is no excuse not to invest. My 9-year-old can invest. If he can invest, if a teenager can invest, if there are so many college students around me, I have college students that are my clients. If they can invest, we can invest too, guys. It's now there is no excuse. It's really, really simple now. So my motto is, the financial plan is not just to be admired, but it is to be duplicated. I did not tell you this financial plan so that you can go, oh, it's awesome, but I'll do it some other day. That is where people are failing. There are people who have had an idea of investing. So when I began investing 10 years ago, remember I told you there were people who were actively discouraging me because they were scared and they were projecting their own fears on me. And now, years after, when now that social media has brought more awareness about financial literacy, they're like, I wish I had started 10 years ago. Don't be that person. um, Educate yourself, see if it's a good fit, reach out. And these are one-time financial it's a one-time financial commitment. You guys pay me, I create a plan. You can avail the 3 discounted sessions. And honestly, imagine if you do not need to look at your finances for another couple of years because you paid me and everything is sorted. I don't think anything can be more useful and automated, so that after a few years, when you look back, you'll be like, this is the best few $100 that I spent, because now I have a nest of money that I did not spend or did not even know that I could create. So you can have a very different life. Remember, I told you, you're living in the decision that you made 3 to 5 years ago. If you do not want to continue living in the same decision, you have to do things differently, and this is your opportunity to do things differently. If you're ready to begin, you can email me and I can send you a contract, after which you can pick a date and we can work together. And I personally believe that investing in yourself is one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself, because next year, same time in August, nobody on earth wants to be in the same position. Everybody wants some progress, but remember, the decision that you take today is going to dictate if you're going to stay in the same position or if you're going to do something differently. Also, if you want to create a culture of investing, a culture of financial literacy, a culture of where your kids understand how to make money work for themselves, you have to begin being a role model. You cannot leave this unattended, You cannot not educate yourself. You cannot leave it to the school because they don't teach this stuff and expect different results and be disappointed in them that we spend so much time on you and you do not avail the opportunities. The question comes back to you: have you availed the opportunities available to you? If you do not do it, you're not going to create a culture where your kids are going to start learning about money, learning how money can work for them, and creating generational wealth. That's all from my side, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Mehreen, you're online. If there are any questions or concerns, other than that, I think I went 9 minutes over time. Thank you so much for staying. If not, we can end the session. I don't know. Mehreen, are you here? Or can you hear me? God, please tell me you can hear me and I was not talking to myself. Okay, perfect. Do you have any questions? Okay, perfect. All right, everyone. Allah Hafiz. See you. Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed the show. Let's end our podcast with a very powerful surah from the Quran. A surah is a chapter of the Quran, and this surah is Surat Al Asr. I started my investing journey and began teaching investing because of this surah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that only people who guide people to the right way, to the truth, and to patience are the ones who are going to be successful. Let's end on this beautiful surah, and I will see you later. Bye from for now, guys. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله